Hi, everybody. I am Shelly B, a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world. And a hot mess world, it is indeed every day, especially if you are conservative. Okay, where do we begin here? Leftists really are behaving worse than children. And tonight's video is from Cartier Family, which I love. I use their videos a lot because I love them. I love these young men. I love how they present the videos and their discussions and how they agree and how they don't how they agree and disagree. I feel that everybody should watch them. You guys will love them. But before we show this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. I really do. Instagram is doing great, but I really would love if you guys would subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I really would appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. It's so easy to do. It takes nothing to do. Just go subscribe to the channel, look at the comments, watch the videos. I have videos on there for decades, and just, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Okay, now back to Cartier Family. The Cartier Family is a group of young men, and I use their videos a lot, like I said before, because I just love the way they put the videos together. I love their commentary. I love that they're four young Black men and they disagree on a lot of issues, but it's just very respectfully. And I really appreciate conservative voices from all walks of life. I feel that most of the people that argue against conservatism have never spoken to a conservative person or really, went down a rabbit hole of the legions of people that are out there. And the followings of these people are huge. Like Charlie Kirk had millions of followers across platforms and he really resonated well. But there's a lot of people out there that are doing the same thing that Charlie was doing that look just like me and look just like you. All walks of life, I'm telling you, all walks of life, all races of people, all ideologies. I mean, I like people think that, all LGBTQ people are liberals. They're not. I have friends that are gay, trans, or whatever that do not subscribe to the liberal narrative. And, people always cherry pick, what the liberal narrative is. I really don't even know what it is anymore. But more and more people of all walks of life do not subscribe to it. And I feel like you're very late and like under a rock if you don't realize that the tide is shifting. And a lot of people are looking crazy. They are really looking crazy. So let's get into this really fast because as always, I got other things to do because I have a whole other career that's demanding. Boy, has it been, an agonizing week for conservatives, dealing with, the leftist meltdown, over Charlie Kirk and the leftist meltdown over people losing their jobs for, demonizing Charlie, lying on Charlie, and whatever the case may be. They're just doing a lot. Not only do I have Black fatigue, but I have Black liberal fatigue because I have to deal directly with them being a Black person. And they are just terrible. I can't even tell you what I've been through. I'm only going to say on Facebook, a few little stragglers come through Instagram once in a while to, to read me for my beliefs or whatever. But Facebook is such a liberal site to the point where it's just insane how many people still subscribe to the liberal narrative. No matter what happens, no matter, they're just 10 toes down in it, and they're very angry. And I just really don't understand where this anger is coming from. Like, if somebody doesn't agree with you, they don't agree with you. If you don't like somebody, don't watch them. You don't have to go out in the street and curse and act like a fool like these people. Let's just watch this foolishness. I'm really getting so sick and tired of even talking about this, but it's so important. It's impacting so much in our community. I mean, just in America as a whole. I feel like most people have conservative values, but for whatever reason, They're aligned with this liberal agenda that's just a globalist agenda that's not good for any of us here in America. If you don't know what the globalist agenda, I suggest you go on YouTube, Instagram, or any of them sites, Rumble, or any of those sites, and just hashtag the globalist agenda and see what it is. It's not good for any of us. Only a small select group of elite people are going to benefit from this agenda. And conservatives want less government and they don't want a globalist agenda. So a lot of people are just misinformed and they're angry for no reason and they really don't understand why. I have people come on my page on Facebook and curse me out daily. And I don't block them. I try not to block them. The only ones I block are the ones that become stalkers and appear aggressive and wishing death to me and all that. Those are the people I block. But anybody else, they say all kind of rude, nasty things and stuff like that. But I leave them there because I like people to see how they carry on. They look like fools most of the time. And they can't articulate their feelings. And they don't really have any policy or legs to stand on. So they start making, calling you names, cursing you out or whatever. It's just the usual, way they roll. And it doesn't even really bother me. Really, they think that, insulting me, does something, but that just proves to me that I've won the debate when somebody starts getting angry and they don't continue to just, put your facts and receipts out there. I'm always willing to have my mind changed. I mean, I doubt very seriously anybody could ever convince me to accept the liberal agenda ever in my life as long as I'm Black. But, I'm always willing to listen, but they never have anything to say. Instead, they act like this. Let's watch these people. And you guys tell me if you want to be aligned with these people. I don't understand. I don't understand. I would never want to walk down the street with no dude acting like this. I'm sorry. I just would not.
Piss on your ashes. Spit on your grave. I'll never be a slave.
Now, I'm trying to figure out who is a slave today in 2025 in America. Now, you might be able to have an argument if you say over in Africa, over in, Middle Eastern countries, Saudi Arabia and places like that where they still have Africans as slaves. But in America, this Black man is walking down the street talking about how much he hates this country. But if he went to another country and did this, they probably would chop his head off, bury him alive, or he'll be shot by firing squad. But nonetheless, he's free to walk down the street doing this, but somehow he's saying that he never wants to be a slave. Who in America right now is being a slave? Who? I mean, I hear this all the time. Who is the slaves here? It could be the people that's on social services that won't work. Who else is a slave? It could be the ninjas in the hoods shooting other Black people. It could be them. Who else is slaves? It could be the people that loot, businesses of hard-working Americans. It could be them. But nobody else is a slave. If you're not dependent on the government, you're not a slave. You might be a slave if you work for the government. This makes no sense. I really wish that people would stay in 2025 and come out of the Jim Crow era. Come out of slavery days. And look at your life right now, today, in this moment, and the opportunities that you have here. Someone said too that they come from another country and it's really is a fascist government and it really is terrible to live there. And that person, an American person, was like, oh, America, this, that, and the third, and all this, we hate it or whatever. And that guy was like, well, at least, you know, you live here. If America falls apart, where will you go? Because the rest of the world is not like America. All of these freedoms we have here, if America gets effed up, where will we go? All of these foreigners come here to escape their tyrannical governments. Where are we going to go? And I really thought about that. Nowhere. So all of the people that walking around burning flags, you know, go somewhere else that you think is better if you could find somewhere that you could carry on and act like that. Because I guarantee you their government is probably worse anywhere else you would pick on earth. And I would love to see this behavior in one of these places that you think is so much better. Just watch these people.
I'll never be a slave. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Racist bastard. Racist bastard. Piss on your ashes. Piss on your ashes.
He's calling him a racist bastard. He's going to piss on his ashes. If you don't like somebody, he's never going to have the opportunity to piss on his ashes because he wasn't cremated, so he sounds dumb. He's never going to be let nowhere around Charlie's body to do any of these things, and it's just ignorance. If you don't like somebody and you don't subscribe to them, don't watch it. There's so many ideologies in liberalism that I just don't subscribe to, but I don't want to kill them. I don't want to wish them any harm. I just don't subscribe to it. I can work with you. I can do business with you. I can do everything. I just won't go do what you're doing. If you don't like transgender people, don't become one. That's all it is. If you don't like black people, you don't have to worry because you'll never be one. If you don't like gays, don't be gay. That's just how it is. If I don't like liberalism and I don't like liberals and they get on my damn nerves, I just try to avoid them at all costs. When they have these super liberal discussions at work and stuff, I just be quiet. Unless somebody's being insulting or rude or directly talking to me with some bullshit. Other than that, I don't care what you think. Why would I just ask this all the time? Why would anybody want to align themselves and their children with these angry, evil, diabolical acting people?
Piss on your ashes. Spit on your grave. I'll never be a slave. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Racist bastard. Racist bastard. Piss on your ashes.
Now, to me, these people are so inarticulate. I talk to a lot of them and they're just very inarticulate. They don't know how to use their words, so they curse you out. They get mad. They call you all these names and stuff. Like, conservative people have not heard these names for eons. It's so dumb. How they move is so dumb, and more people want to leave because they just look stupid. It's ignorant.
Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk.
And look how sparse this group is. Nobody wants to be aligned with these people no more. Nobody. Wake up and get your priorities straight. Stop avoiding people that don't think like you and talk to them. And you will see that they are a human being just like you and just trying to live and survive and get the best out of life. I honestly don't really trust any political party. However, I live here and my child is going to be living here after I'm dead or whatever. And I just picked the party that aligns with my, my interests and the things that matter to me. I do not align with almost no liberal ideologies. I just don't. I don't I would rather die than become a slave. So that's not an issue to me. I don't feel like I'm enslaved. I don't feel like nobody's holding me back. I will knock down the door of anybody holding me back. I've been told no for almost everything that I've done in life. But I wanted to do it. So I did it. I found my way around the obstacles. When somebody else tells me no, I don't say, oh, okay. Okay. I wanted to be a model. They told me I was too short and I was too fat. Even though I wasn't really fat, I was the average size of a woman in America. It's like size 10, 12. I went to the agencies. They all told me no. But I did ask them, what does it take? What do I need to do? I did what they told me to do. And I came back and mostly all the agencies that I went to wanted to take me. And I got in a couple magazines, did a couple catalogs. I've even done commercials. I still do work every now and then. People paid me for my looks when I was teased all growing up. Did I let that stop me? No. When I left to come to New York, people told me, oh, you'll be back in 2 years. 30 years later, I've been in New York than anywhere I've ever lived, even my home state. I consider New York my home. I love New York, even though I had to leave because it was just getting tyrannical and I moved to New Jersey. But I still work in New York every day. I love New York. My heart is always going to be with New York. And Philadelphia, where I'm from. And California, where I live sometime, but it's been a long time. I'm a little disconnected from California. But I say all that to say that nobody can stop you unless you want to be stopped. So this mentality, I don't subscribe to it, and I don't teach my son that. I tell my son you can do anything and be anything. You could be Michael Jordan if you want to, if you put in the hard work. You could be anybody you want to be. You got to do the work. Genesis L, hi, how are you? Hi. So let's just watch the rest of these fools. I mean, this to me, they annoy me because they look like me and they're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. And I know that majority of Black people do not subscribe to this. Hi, Genesis L says, I miss you, East Coast. Where are you? I love the East Coast. I've lived other places, but I just love the East Coast. I like the seasons to change. I like the fashion. I like the surrounding cities and stuff like that. Okay, he's in Cornell. I don't even know where that's at. Where's that? Genesis. So yeah, I love the East Coast. I like to see the seasons change. Oh, Detroit. Okay, I've never even been to Detroit. So what's it like there? Do you want the National Guard to come to Detroit, Genesis L?
Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. You guys gotta get on Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk.
You see, this is in New York. This is why I had to go. Because New York, he says no, he doesn't want the National Guard to come to Detroit. This is why I had to leave New York, because it's just too leftist and too tyrannical. The policies, the people are crazy. Hi, he says, I wish I could come your way. Are you single? I don't like to answer that question. But I had to leave New York because it just got too crazy. The COVID policies were crazy. The vaccine mandates were crazy. It was just too much for me, and I had to go. And I went to New Jersey, where you can do religious exemptions from the poisons. And the poisonous people, because people, I don't know. New York is just not what it was when I first moved there. It's, Genesis, you can inbox me, okay?
Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk! He was a racist! He was a racist! He was a racist! He was a racist! He was hateful! He was hateful!
Not any more hateful than these people. I've never seen Charlie act like this, and I've been watching Charlie debate for years. For years. I've watched a lot of people debate, and he was one of my favorites, and I watched him a lot. And I've never seen him carrying on like these people cursing people out, acting ignorant. I mean, I feel like he had very hardcore Christian values, and he was 10 toes down in how he felt. Just like people that are gay are 10 toes down, black people are 10 toes down, trans people are 10 toes down. But for some reason, if you're a Christian or you're a conservative, they want to convert you or something. You know, you're hated for that. You know, no one, I mean, I don't hate anybody. I want everybody to live their life how they choose to live and leave me the fuck alone. That's what I would like. You know what I mean? I would like to not be attacked or threatened death on me because I don't agree with your liberal ideas. But that's what they do. That's what they do. Ever since I said, oh, I was a fan of Charlie, I like Charlie, and I never thought he was racist, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've gotten so much hateful ass people. Only on Facebook, though. Only on Facebook do I get the hateful people to come on there and threaten me, tell me they hope I get shot, they hope I die. Like, this is the stuff they say to you because they're inarticulate, you know, I feel like demon-possessed people. Because why would you wish death on somebody? Just because they don't agree with what you're saying or because they're telling you something and you can't dispute it. So then you're going to get mad.
He was nothing like Martin Luther King.
Okay, now this is a ninja that knows nothing because Martin Luther King was a Republican. Okay, let's start there. A lot of people do not like to hear this, but during the period, a lot of people did not like Martin Luther King and did not subscribe to him because they thought that he got very political and left God out of the equation and his so-called Christian values out of the equation. And they felt that he sold black people out to the Democrats. Okay? A lot of people didn't like Martin Luther King. And that may very well be why he's so honored all the time. Because he was doing, you know, the work of, you know, luring the black people onto the enemy side. And black people have not been right ever since aligning with liberals. The community has just gone downhill for there. We've lost everything that we've owned for whatever reason. You know, when they didn't want us in their society, we had our own schools, we had our own everything, own hospitals, own everything. And then when we integrated, and, you know, they gave us the 1964 Civil Rights Act, we thought we got something. Lyndon B. Johnson said he'll have these ninjas voting Democrat for the next 100 years with that hoodwink, and it worked. And we just blind faith followers ever since, and we've got nothing out of it, and we've lost everything, and the community is in shambles, but nobody wants to talk about that. Genesis is asking, can you interview me? I beat my own case by the grace of God without a lawyer in front of a jury. Oh, I would love to hear more about that, Genesis. I would really love to hear more about that. That's amazing. He said he beat the case July 16th, 2024. Are you a Moor? Because I know a lot of them are really good legally and they win a lot of their cases without lawyers. Hey, you know, you always need people that know the law. You know, that's great if you beat your case. I know another friend that was a Moor that beat his case. I forget what it was for. Okay, Genesis, I will look at that. He said he is a Moor. See, that's awesome, right? So, and Moors are sovereign citizens. I think all Black people should be that. We need to work towards that. And I was talking to my son today, and we were in a store, and I noticed that everybody that worked in the store was all, you know, Latinos. And I said to my son, I said, see that? Whoever owns this store or is in charge of hiring hires their people. I said, that is why we need to have our own stores and our own everything so we can give our people a job and we can hire people that, you know, that look like us. You know, I ain't mad at them because they're in a position to do that, but we need to be able to do the same thing.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
One thing I'm happy to say, it used to be a time when these people would come out and they would be thick, they would be deep. Now you can see it's sparse. More and more people are not subscribing to it anymore, and they're over it. Okay, so I'm glad to see this.
For slavery, justice for slavery, justice for slavery, justice for slavery, justice for slavery. It's amazing. It's amazing that they police speech. That they police speech. They police my speech. They police my speech. Police follow me around. Police follow me around. They follow Reggie. Rally around.
Maybe they're following you because you're outside hollering, screaming like a lunatic, and cursing, walking down the street with a small group of people like a fool. And nobody has censored people more than liberals. I just saw one where Facebook and all of the social medias admitted that they were censoring, you know, about the vaccine, about the elections. They censored conservatives. Nobody censored worse than liberals and Democrats. So, like, what is he talking about? Liberal people are free to say and do anything. They're even free to kill people and get support in doing so. So what is he talking about? Genesis L says a real more. You have a lot of fakes. Not all. No, we all are sovereign Americans. Per Julia versus Grimmie, U.S. Supreme Court. I mean, I think that's great. I feel like all Black people should be sovereign citizens. I think every Black person should be. But we're not. That's a discussion that I would like to have. So we'll talk about it at some point. He says, I use all and know all laws. Well, that's amazing if you defend yourself in court and win, you know.
They want to police us. They want to police us for speaking for freedom. But people can spread hate. And get national holidays. That's why.
Okay, thank you, Lynn.
I can't stand the police. They follow Martin Luther King Jr.
Let me tell you something. The police, I don't have a problem with the police. I have a problem with somebody running up on me and snatching my phone out my hand, snatching my earrings out my ear. I have problems with people like this disturbing the peace outside, hollering and just making a scene and just cursing and acting stupid. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah. They help kill Malcolm X. But they protect people who hate us.
Okay, but wasn't there other Black people involved in killing Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? See, one thing about us as Black people, we always leave out the problems with our community and we don't take accountability for anything wrong in the community that goes wrong. And I hate that because I don't understand why we can't take accountability, just like Charlie said, get rid of the people in your community that's causing the problem, the rappers, the thugs, and people like that. Don't let your children subscribe to that. Stop killing your babies. A racist would never tell you to not abort your babies. The leftists and Democrats, that's all they talk about is abortion. They know Black people kill their babies the most. That is the biggest form of genocide. That's the biggest leading cause of death for Black people is abortion. And they're the ones telling you to do it. They're the ones that are making it free for you to kill your baby, all that stuff. Somebody like Charlie was like, stop killing your babies, raise your babies, stay together, create strong families, and get rid of these ninjas in your community that's ruining it and making it unsafe for you to live. What is wrong with that? That is not racist. That is facts. That's facts. They're somewhere using your aborted baby stem cells and melanin and getting money for it. And you're falling for this stupid narrative that it's a good thing for you. When you could either just be celibate or, not, birth control is, abortion is not a form of birth control. And you have to really look at it if it's really why we are the ones that do it the most. And why you would align with people that want you to do that. And if somebody like Charlie is like, don't kill your babies. A racist person would not tell you to not abort your babies. They would tell you to do it. That's the easiest way to get rid of everybody. Why would a racist person tell you to get rid of the worst people in your community. Stop subscribing to them. Make these rappers broke. Get rid of them. You understand? Get rid of these dumb strippers and ignoramuses like this that speak for us that are ignorant. Don't send your kids to these stupid leftist schools and stuff like that where they hate you. That's a sure way to be a slave if you letting somebody educate your kids that don't like them. I have to make sure my son learns what I want him to learn, and anything that school teaches him that I don't like, I deprogram it from him. And now my son, I've raised him where he knows the game, and he knows when he's being propagandized. And just thank God I got him out of New York in them schools and stuff, because they're just too crazy. Those schools are too crazy. And I had to get my child out of there. Now I feel like I live in a little bit more conservative counties and stuff like that. And they're not subscribing to that stuff, and they're not going for it. There's a lot of conservative people, a lot of Muslim people that damn sure ain't subscribing to none of this mess. And it's just been better across the board.
The medical said there's no foul play. The medical said there's no foul play. Bullshit. Bullshit. Mississippi is racist. Mississippi is racist. They got racist doctors. They got racist doctors. They got racist judges. They got racist judges.
Okay, this is the thing. We live in America where it's people from all over the freaking world. And I feel like everybody hates black people because of the way some black people be carrying on. A lot of people be scared of black people because of the way these YNs be carrying on and stuff like that, you know? So it's not just white people. You always making it like black, white, black, white, black. It don't have nothing to do with that. There's righteous people. There's unrighteous people. There's evil people. And there's godly people. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't care what race or color you are. I keep saying this over and over. So people like this are lying to you. The devil is a liar. It doesn't have nothing to do with white, black. Like black and white people are the only people in this country. I get so tired of hearing that. That is the slave mentality. These people just remind me of when slavery was over and they told the slaves you're free and you could go. And some grabbed their shit and ran off the plantation and never came back. And then there were those that stayed on the plantation. They didn't think they could make it. They didn't know what to do. And they stayed on the plantation and they kept working for nothing. This is the slave mentality. This is what these people make me think of every time I see them and they're complaining that somebody's holding them back. They're the only thing that's getting in their way.
Racist cops. They got racist cops.
That has to be the most annoying shit I've ever heard.
Exactly.
That was extremely annoying. Them people are slow.
Now, these young men is a Cartier family. I show them all the time. I love these young men. I show you guys a lot of conservative voices that I like to watch. But these guys come up all the time because I just love them. I love the way they put their videos together. I love the discussions that they have. And every day they come on here with something that's so important and so relevant. And this is the reason why I show you guys a lot. The link is in the description.
They said he pushed hate, but then y'all screaming F a dead man as if that's not pushing
That's
hate.
hateful.
The contradiction. Black lives don't matter.
Yeah.
F black lives. It's literally the same shit right there. Imagine people chanting black lives don't matter.
All right, guys, we have a really cool opportunity for you coming up. This Thursday, September 25th, Ross Gibbons, who is the VP of Investment Management at JP Morgan Chase, is going to do a free web.
Now, I played their video so I could at least show this advertisement because I do like this guy. And I did subscribe to this seminar that's on Thursday. And all you have to do is scan the barcode at the end of
teaching
this
how to trade
advertisement.
stocks and follow the insiders. Ross's company has beat the market every single year, and they've even had some stock gains bigger than 1,900%. We've been following his stock trades for.
And this is something that a lot of black people don't understand is about the money. But I'm going to skip this ad, but I would definitely recommend that you go back and watch this and get the information for this because I did sign up for it. And just by listening to this man come on there and talk, I have gotten some good investments that to put my money into. And these young men said they have made money and stuff like that. And this guy's legit. So I'm going to skip a little bit though, because there's a barcode. You see this barcode? Go and get this barcode. And I'm not getting anything out of promoting this, but I just like this guy. And I feel like it's useful information to us and it's free.
September 25th. Don't miss it, guys. I just don't see how going around chanting F a dead person is not spewing hate. That is the very definition of spewing hate.
You know what I've been hearing a lot about from leftists is about they've been censoring speech, but then they censored the COVID.
Oh, the pronouns, people were fine for not using pronouns.
Yeah, remember that? I was a person that on Instagram, they took my profile down. They threatened me first. That I better stop posting what I'm posting or they're going to take my profile. And I kept doing it anyway. And they took it down. Then somebody put it back up. I don't know who did that, but whoever did that, I thank you for that. Somebody put my profile back up. And then I kept posting the same things they were warning me about. And they took it down for good. Just recently, my TikTok got taken down because I was posting excerpts from the congressional hearings that they had on the COVID response and, you know, the lies that they told during COVID and stuff like that. And I was telling people about the vaccine injuries and stuff like that. And TikTok took my profile down. So they're still censoring. They're still doing it.
But then you scream, you know, F a dead man. And, you know, companies don't want that, you know, under their name. And now it's a problem, you know, but when people didn't want to use pronouns, that was a problem. Make believe.
And people sitting up here like an idiot. Free speech. Why isn't it? Why can't I say what I want to say and I'm getting fired? Because employers have the right to fire you for anything they want to. And if you're on social media acting like a fool and being a demon and demonic and saying that you're happy to see somebody die, they shot him in the neck, and you're laughing about it. Employers do not want to be aligned with crazy people like that. It's bad for business. Just like Jimmy Kimmel. NBC put him back on. But what is that other, the affiliate Sinclair, and it's another one. They don't want him back. They're not going to air it. So just because Disney said, you know, we'll put him back on, there's people that's still not going to put him on. Two affiliates that have lots of big markets are not going to air it. They preempted this shit. So people have a right when they spend their money to not align with you, with your BS. You have a right to say whatever you want to say, but there might be a price to pay. Like Charlie, he said what he said and somebody killed him. And he always kind of felt that was going to happen anyways. He said it. That's getting hot for him. I had somebody tell me they hope I'm next. Why would you say that? Because I don't agree with your narrative. Why would you think that? Why would you say something like that? I've had people tell me they hope I die or that they wish death on me or they wouldn't kill me many times. Because they just don't like the way I talk and they don't like that I make them look stupid. And then once they don't have a leg to stand on and they can't debate you anymore, and then they're like, you know, they've realized that the narrative doesn't have no legs, then they want to kill you. It's like, okay, I can't stand on my own 2 feet, so now let me kill the person. You let me threaten the person with violence to make them stop. Crazy.
Pronouns for make-believe ideologies.
Didn't they censor Trump and Kanye West?
Yes, bro.
They censored everybody.
Trump's Twitter.
So like,
And people were happy about it.
They even debanked Kanye West, and Trump said he gonna make it a law where they can't do that. Oh, we don't like what you think, so now we're just gonna, you know, take all your money out of the bank. You know, just crazy shit that they were doing. Crazy. You know, like really crazy. I wasn't even allowed to work because I didn't take the vaccine. A lot of people didn't want to hire me and stuff like that because I didn't take the vaccine. I'm sure to this day it's people that don't like me for things I said. I don't care. I don't care. I just know when God takes people out your life, it's for a reason and a purpose. They don't deserve to be there. And if God's clearing the path and getting debris off your path, it's for a reason and a purpose. Most of the time, that means that he's about to elevate you above your enemies. And just as mine said, the Lord, I don't have to get back at these people. Me living my best life is how I get back.
Jordan Peterson got fired because he wouldn't use pronouns for trans students.
Honestly, that's the biggest contradiction it is. I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, because that's
this one on the left. He really has an issue with the trans agenda, where the other ones not so much. But that's why I like these guys, because they are friends or whatever, but they also disagree. They disagree sometimes, you know, and I like the way that they, you know, deal with the issue and how they discuss things like gentlemen and stuff like that. You know, I feel like that's what's missing on the left, is that you can't have a logical discussion with somebody without them getting all in their feelings and emotional and getting loud and getting, you know, it's just too much.
that's
why everybody
like,
keep
that's
arguing.
obvious.
On one hand,
argue that.
like people won't, you know, conform to a made up ideology that we know is completely made up, versus, okay, spitting on a dead person's grave. Those aren't the same. That's not an equal speech thing right there. You know, like it'd be different if those things were equal, but they're not equal at all. So I understand why companies like ABC or, you know, different type of companies wouldn't want someone who spits that hate rhetoric like of a dead person working for them, because it makes the company look bad.
Yeah.
And liberals assume that the whole world is liberal with them. There's a lot of people, majority of the country voted for a conservative president. So they can't alienate the whole United States for a small group of people. And the affiliates are like, no, we don't care if you want them back on. We don't want them. And these affiliates have huge markets. So I don't see Jimmy lasting long, because his ratings are not, they're not going to make any money if these affiliates don't want it.
Speaking of that, it was a black lady that just got fired. She was celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, and she worked, I think, for the government. Yeah, the Department of Education. Yeah, they just fired her.
You can't celebrate murder and then expect that your company will keep you.
It's just so much contradiction with that, bro. They've been literally like exposing the left.
Now they screaming for free speech, but they weren't screaming for it with all the other stuff.
They've been exposing the left.
Exactly. Nobody has censored more than liberal and Democrats. They censor so much during the election. You couldn't even make, if I made a post about Kamala and not subscribing to her, it would get taken off. You know, block, Facebook, block. They were just blocking everything. Everything. There is no free speech in this country. And look what happened to Charlie. He's dead for his speech. Y'all still alive talking shit. So, I mean, come on.
Bad in the last 24 hours on just that alone.
Censorship.
Look, here's Harry. Him basically saying the right is attacking free speech. Happy 1 year anniversary of Donald Trump being banned from Twitter.
But I think it's not free, because it's like, okay, there's hate speech. They classified what Trump did and the use of pronouns and different slurs as hate speech. But then spitting on a dead person's grave and celebrating it wouldn't be hate speech. That is hate speech.
That's quite frankly worse.
It's only hate speech when somebody outside of liberals is doing it. Then that's the only time it's hate speech. They're the only ones that can be hateful. It's just a clown world.
That's way worse.
Nobody can pull up nothing that Charlie and Donald Trump has ever said that I'd be like, that is hate.
F a dead person. F a they never did.
Go kill somebody.
But comparing somebody to Hitler,
that's that, and then you see what it led to.
And to me, I will say this all the way to my grave. The only people that to me had tyrannical behavior like Hitler were Democrats and liberals with their vaccine mandates, their COVID lockdowns, and all of that. I remember Trump did not want to lock down. That is all Democratic policies, vaccine mandates, forced vaccines on kids, and all of this and that. That's crazy to me. Nobody can work in New York City without a vaccine anywhere. No medical exemption, no religious exemption. That's tyrannical.
You know, Kamala just made a crazy tweet. I think it was yesterday, saying how they're abusing the power. And yeah, they're basically saying the right is not for the First Amendment anymore. One of my leftist friends just told me, so how you feel about the right not upholding the First Amendment?
Tell them what about the pronouns and
what's that
the
saying?
election and the COVID.
What's that saying? They don't like it when the rabbit got the gun now.
That's exactly what it,
That's
but it's still
exactly
like,
what it is. That's exactly what it is. All of those wicked ass policies that they created to censor conservatives, now that most of the country is conservative now and it's being used against them, the tide has shifted completely. Now they hollering. And I don't ever remember conservatives acting like this when they were doing it to us.
it's different situations. Like someone, your hate speech is spitting on a dead person's grave. You should not be able. That is not.
This is a banger tweet. The national media being more upset about Jimmy Kimmel's losing his show than they are about Charlie Kirk losing his life is kind of proving the point.
How about that?
It's definitely proving the point.
That?
You look dirty, bro.
I do look
You look dirty, bro.
Now watch how ignorant this guy is going to be. Okay, this is what I'm saying about how liberals, how they act. They don't have any words except nasty, rude, stupid, ignoramus things to say. Instead of saying logically and with some sense why you disagree with somebody, you attack them personally. Listen to this foolishness.
Yo, bro, you look dirty, bro.
I look
You
dirty.
look dirty. Your hair and all that shit, your body. Your clothes gonna look like whatever. Your body, your face look dirty, mother. You look stinky, nigga. Slime ball. Look at this dirty ass nigga.
And then look at him. Look at the black guy. I'm sorry. He has locks. He has a beard. And then he seems dirty to me just with his language. So make this make sense. These people are lunatics. They're crazy. I would never, ever want to walk down the street with somebody like him. I would never, ever, ever want to be aligned with these people. You tell me who's more hateful in this situation.
So very dirty.
Grease ball. No, yeah, he gonna get me all day. His bragging, please dirty ass motherfucker. Put it on your face.
It is on my
Dirty
face.
ass. He need to take a shower, cut his hair. You know what I mean?
I could use a
Get a
haircut.
clean cut.
He
Act
talking
like the
about
white boy
haircut.
he's supposed to be. Put a suit on.
I should
Put a suit on.
right? That'd be
You know what I
good.
mean?
That'd be
You
good.
ain't
Look at his
playing
eyes.
the part right.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Now he's looking bummy, telling the white guy that he needs to clean up and put a suit on. Why doesn't he have a suit on? If you're going to tell somebody something to do, this is how they act. You're going to dictate to somebody how to be when you're not doing it. These people are not smart. I would not ever, ever align with these people. I say it every time I come on here. Only a damn fool would align with somebody like this. I feel like there's nobody left in the liberal party anymore except for people like this. Because anybody with a soul, anybody that has some sense, anybody that is a free-thinking, logical person doesn't subscribe to this anymore. And I don't care if they're gay, straight, whatever, trans. I have friends of all walks of life that are conservatives. All of walks of life. And even if they're afraid to say that they agree with me, they agree with me. I've had so many people tell me that, oh my God, I agree with you, Shelly, but I'm just so afraid to say anything. You know, I would never make a post about because I'm afraid I wouldn't want to work or be attacked, because you will be. You will be. So that's a justified fear. But I don't care. Because I don't fear anybody but God. I don't fear these people. I don't fear them not allowing me to work or anything like that. Because I know God didn't create me to suffer, and I'm not going to suffer. I'd rather die in this country before I suffer or be a slave. But I'm willing to put the hard work in also.
You ain't playing the part. You like a beach bum. You ain't playing the part right, dirty
Listen,
boy.
I just have to be like, everything he's saying to this white boy, he looks like it to me. He looks like a bum to me. He got a hat on to the side, beard all scruffy and dreads and all that, carrying around 10 years worth of energy in his hair and all. I mean, give me a break. These people are crazy. Oh
Go
my
get in the
God.
shower. You look tan. You trying to be black? Huh?
So
You
now
trying to get a tan?
Now it's a crime to be outside.
You trying to get a tan,
Now
motherfucker?
it's a crime to be outside. It's a crime to be outside now?
Clown.
Wow.
No, it ain't crime
Wow
to be
is
outside.
right.
It's crime to be here when you stolen land. On stolen land. It's crime to be on
Stolen
stolen land.
land.
Talking like how you talk.
Were you born here?
Talking how you talk.
Were you born in the U.S.? Because so was I.
100%.
So was I.
Where your family come from?
Then we're equal.
Where your family come
This
from?
guy sounds
there-
so
Kidnapped. Where's
ignorant.
yours?
My parents were born here.
Clown. He's a clown.
You idiot.
What?
No white people were born here, you dumb.
Oh, really?
White people in the
Now
modern
this is how liberal people, that's how they are, this is how they talk. And then he's saying white people were not born here. They're ignorant. And then when you point out how ignorant and you get in the facts and the receipts and then they get stuck and they don't know what else to say, then they'll curse you out, call you names, or get so frustrated that they'll want to kill you, like in Charlie's case. Who in their right mind wants to be aligned with people that act like this? Unless you act like this.
I was born here.
cultures don't come. There's no white culture that comes from the U.S.
I came out of the womb here in the United States.
Yeah, you're
So,
avoiding
I
my
was born
actual
here.
argument.
Listen. All over the world, people have been colonized by Europeans. Yes, they do. There is not a nation on earth that doesn't have an Independence Day from Europeans. Okay, that is true. Okay. That being said, Europeans, they won as far as stealing the land, colonizing the people, or whatever the case may be. Now, the option could be that you bring yourself up and go to war over it and get the land back. If you're not going to do that, shut up. Shut up. I get so tired of hearing this complaint. If you're not willing to go to war over it, organize and get back what was stolen, then shut up and live your best life with what you have in front of you. There's nothing stopping you from being a millionaire and a billionaire, whatever you want to do in this world, especially in America. Stop it.
So they're just, showing so much love and not being hateful at all with people who disagree with them.
Now, this is everywhere, guys. So they're pulling up to Charlie Kirk memorials right now. Yeah, and they're saying Charlie Kirk's death was necessary.
I heard
everywhere.
one school, they had a gunman that was walking outside with
Yeah.
a gun. Yeah, trying to harm people.
It's getting crazy, but that's what I said. You didn't never see this.
So
during
this
Black
is
Lives
getting
Matter.
long, but you guys, the link is in the description. Let's just roll past this a little bit because there was another part in here I wanted to show you.
So what are we looking at here?
Brainwashing.
Brainwash.
I think it's
I think it
brainwashing.
Let's go back a little bit because I want you to see that how these university kids
Also,
how dumb they are.
Texas.
The Gen Z black people probably typically do. Just being honest.
So y'all remember the guy that got expelled at Texas State for doing all the crazy gestures?
So just in case you don't know, this black boy got up there trying to get attention, stood up on the platform, and Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck, and then he's falling down like he's dead. Just making a big scene, trying to get attention, and he got expelled.
About Charlie Kirk getting shot, right?
Yeah.
So black people went out there the next day in the same spot. Some black students went out there. Well, speaking, I guess, against, Greg Abbott and the decisions Texas State made to expel this guy. I just don't believe that some of these guys believe in transgender shit. You tell me.
Maybe not transgender stuff, but they definitely are strong LGBTQ advocates, I bet.
Bro, no, bro.
I'm telling you,
bro.
like, I just
That's basically like every black guy that we know is going to be side with the Democrat Party mostly. 70% of them. You can't tell me that they're all just for gay mess.
I don't know.
That's on the internet. We gotta be real. We talking about day-to-day regular black.
Listen, I don't know why he would be so surprised that these black men would be out here and support the gay agenda, because I feel that, and women say this all the time, black men hate women. They hate women, and a lot of them are DL. We know this. A lot of black men are DL. They act thuggish and all of this, but they are down low. So that would not surprise me that they will subscribe on the basis of LGBT. Okay. I'm sorry. Black men hate women, especially black women. Not all of them, but it's starting to seem like it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't care what anybody else does. Just leave me alone. I can't stand a DL man. Just be out. Nobody cares today. What is that? That's a whole different situation. I digress. I keep saying I'm gonna make a live about that, but it's just other more important things that's been happening. But a lot of people are talking about that now because it is becoming a huge problem.
Man, Gen Z black men, they not for the LGBTQ.
So what's the point you're making though?
My point is that I'm more mad at black people for this shit because it's like I can't do nothing about the transgenders. They just too mentally ill. So black people are showing their mental illness by side with this by basically doing this shit against Charlie Kirk.
But we knew
because he
that,
said nothing.
But black people are usually Democrats. Why? Because they believe the Republicans are racist.
Gays and gangsters.
That's what they believe.
Yeah.
I like these guys because they really do have different opinions and things, and they disagree and they call each other out, but it's always just very respectful.
The Republicans are racist, so they just gonna think anyone who's Republican or anyone who's on the right. If you're a black person on the right like us, then you're a coon and you're a sellout. And if you're a white person that's on the right, then you're a racist.
Right? They will call you all these names without any reasoning or ever asking you why you don't subscribe to it. No matter what you say, they're just gonna say, "Oh, you're a coon, you're a sellout, or whatever." But really, the Democrats have sold you out for 60 years or however long that black people been aligned with them.
Racist. Trump racist.
So basically, these people
it's right equals racist.
The people that's mad at black people that's mad at Charlie Kirk,
they say because he's racist.
On the same level of mentally ill or smartness as transgenders. It's basically saying that.
I don't know, man. I just think it's so. I won't want to say that they're mentally ill, but I will say that
the one on the left, he really has a problem with the transgender agenda, where the other ones not so much, and if they do, they don't say it. But he's just always going on about that. But like I said, I like how they can have a discussion. That is just about having a discussion, accept somebody's opinion, hear it out, agree to disagree, or whatever. Sometimes somebody might be able to explain something to make you subscribe to what they're saying. I've been in debates with people where they were able to change my mind on things many times. Or if they weren't able to change my mind, I was able to have sympathy or compassion for them and what they were going through and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just to have the discussion should not send people over the edge. It's a problem.
They are just brainwashed. It's just brainwashing. Because remember, as soon as Lyndon B. Johnson said, "I'm gonna have them N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years," boom, they did it instantly. They fell for the bait. Because it's what's more easy to, as a black person, is it easier to be a?
And the bait was the 1964 Civil Rights Act. That was the bait. But the same people killed all our leaders, COINTELPRO, dismantled the Black Panther. I mean, they did everything to destroy us. We should not be aligned with these people. We shouldn't.
Democrat or Republican?
A Democrat.
It's easier to be a Democrat. They're just doing this monkey see, monkey do. No pun intended. They're just doing what all the people, like you said, the preacher, the politician, the celebrity, everyone who's influential in their life is telling them to be a Democrat. That's why they're Democrats.
Hey, and black people right now are mad all over TikTok that the black guy, that did this and fell out like Charlie Kirk died. That was insane. They're mad that he got expelled, guys.
Yeah, and not all preachers, guys, obviously.
They're
just
mad.
Some.
They're saying they're so proud of these guys. Him getting expelled without no due process is crazy. This would never happen.
That's their new favorite word.
HBCU.
Okay, but if the roles were reversed, right, and during BLM and something, that people probably on the right didn't agree with, or white people didn't agree with, and they went and they made fun of a dead person that everyone on the left was mourning.
You're getting expelled.
You're getting expelled. And more than that, they might have harmed you out there. Like,
yeah, if they would have went up there with doing it like Martin Luther King,
That would have been bad.
I'm just saying, if this happened
in both instances, like I keep saying, it is bad to troll dead people. It is bad to do that. You should not do that, even if you don't agree.
Yeah, if this happened at a predominantly white school, guys, if white people was out there saying that Black Lives Matter, they getting expelled.
They are.
So I don't understand what people like.
It was the roles, you know.
Come on, guys.
But again, you know, it's like you said. They say black people say they can't be racist. So in their minds,
so what are we looking at here?
Brainwashing. I think it's brainwashing.
I think it might be a little bit more than that.
I feel it's racist if you don't like somebody for the color of their skin. If you want to harm somebody or disenfranchise somebody for the color of their skin, I don't care what race they are. I mean, you know, what nationality they are. It's crazy. You know, the tide has shifted where white people are treated with racism, but I just think it's wrong no matter who it's done to. And it's not solving the problem. It's not solving anything. To be divided as a nation like this, it's crazy.
White supremacist Greg Abbott. Jerry, and in the fastest time I've ever seen justice take place, he was expelled the same day after our governor, white supremacist Greg Abbott, gerrymandering Greg Abbott, decided to send a tweet out and tell our president, get him out of here. And he did it expeditiously.
He might leave.
But let's speak on it because what he did, I don't condone. I wouldn't do it personally. I don't celebrate anybody's demise, anybody's remarks.
Pull up the mic.
White supremacist Nazi ideology being spitted at black students while they had to walk by the statue. But nobody was thrown out for that. Let's talk about, y'all freshmen don't remember this. Last semester we had people up here with women are property signs. But let's bring slavery back signs. So what the administration has done, they've drawn a line. They said, you can't reply to racist ideology and remarks. For white supremacism, that's okay. Violence.
Hold on.
I don't think that there was signs out there on Texas State campus saying "Bring back slavery." Can we see one picture of those signs, please?
No.
Viral, wasn't it?
That would have went extremely viral. I guarantee.
Yeah, he would have never stopped
no one
talking
had
about
those
that.
signs. Women are property. I guarantee you, no one had that sign. I just don't believe that. Can I see the picture? If so, correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't think that, and the university would allow those signs.
Yeah, guys. So I mean, you know, people are disrupting these memorials everywhere, guys. I just don't understand it. But they're brainwashed. It's like, man, just look at the full context of the clip. But you know, hey. But
then again, it's not thinking for yourself. It's just you're thinking how you're told to think. Like the dude I met at the gym the other day.
And it's like the mass mind is like, especially on these universities, everybody thinks in one way. And then if a conservative person does make a statement, they watch how they get attacked and they watch the venom towards the person. So that makes them not want to take that ideology. They don't want to agree with the conservative person because they're going to see the mob turn on them. It happens to me all the time. All the time. And it's just crazy how people are so easily feared into not speaking their mind or holding back what they really think. Now, when people are having these liberal discussions and stuff like that, I mind my business because I really don't care what they think. Now, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Don't ask me if you don't want the truth. I'm going to say, you know, but if they ain't talking to me and they ain't addressing me, I'm not going to get involved in the conversation because I know it's just going to be hostile. It just turns into hostility all the time from them.
Hey, bro, he was like, kept on talking about, he was like, man, I love what y'all do, this and that. He's like, I'm extremely pro-black. Like, I want to better for black people. But with what y'all say, so do y'all. I don't like the victim mentality. I don't like all these things. But yet, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. But I mean, I guess everyone doesn't see it the way.
Like I keep saying, black people generally, historically speaking, have conservative values. But for whatever reason, they believe that conservatives are racist and it's bad for them and they're not really thinking for themselves to say like, oh, let me go talk to a conservative person and see. Oh, let me go do the research to see if these people that are telling me to hate somebody, what they're actually doing. I'm not going to let anybody tell me not to like somebody without doing my own research first.
I do. You know, I'm trying to do this out of love, but whenever you love people or a person, you have to tell them the truth, even if, you know, it doesn't feel good. Like, you know, when you messing up and your parents tell you the truth and it doesn't feel good, it's out of love, you know. And I think that that's what we do. And sometimes I guess it can come off as a bit offensive
You
or
don't love your
divisive,
people.
but
That's what I've been. That's what I've been told. I don't love my people, and I'm not black. Let's get into this. This was at Chicago. Yeah, this was
They
in.
just say, "Oh, you're not black." I'm as black as can be. Okay, I just don't subscribe to that ideology, and this is the reason why. Boom, 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 boom. That's on you if you don't accept what I'm telling you, but that is why. You getting angry at me is just going to solidify why I don't want to align with you, because I think y'all crazy. A lot of the time, all leftists are not crazy, but a lot of they get crazy in a discussion. They get emotional, they get in their feelings, they get super angry when they talk. It's too much. It's too much.
Oh yeah, Southern Illinois University guys.
Now, there would never be a black person to go stand, or any of those liberal kids to go stand on the side of the people that are for this country, because they're going to get attacked. They're going to be treated with prejudice every day at school. You know, they're going to be on the side of the group. I always tell my son, when a large group of people are doing something, do the opposite. Don't be a follower of the mass mind, because I guarantee you they're going in the wrong direction.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
this is looking like okay.
No, I can't even watch them no more. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, look at this right here. This is a hot mess too.
This video blew my. I mean, I want to say the F-bomb on this one. This blew my fucking mind, guys.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no.
Who teaches their kids this? Who teaches their kids to be joyous in somebody's death? This is weird.
No. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. I have the best.
They're breeding them, guys.
Yeah, being happy about death is insane.
Yeah,
And y'all want to know why I don't want to align with these people.
that is insane.
I'm telling you, and this is coming from the college. These are the type of people. These are the type of things that are being said in the colleges. It's insane, man. It's that's what we can't just say. It's just black people. We're not gonna sit here and say that.
No, it's not.
You know, we
It's
just
not.
seen.
That's what I keep saying. It's not black and white. It's crazy people versus not crazy people. It's, you know, godly people versus demonic people. It's all of that. Good versus evil. That's what it's all boiling down to now. Period. I don't care what color you are. It doesn't have anything to do with it. I feel like black liberals are the worst to me. They have been the worst. I haven't had any run-ins with any other kinds of liberals. Some of the white ones, they can be a waste sometimes. The old ones. The older ones can be a way. Yeah, but they're old, they're stuck. I'll leave them alone. But the black ones, oh my God, they those are the ones that I've always blocked, because they just get crazy to me. They just act crazy. Start getting violent and threatening your life, and then they be stalkers. They be posted all the way down the page for days and days and days. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, it's definitely not.
You happy about people death is weird.
It's sad
because
Because you
People don't
agree?
know how
you
it
don't
really-
agree. Oh, I hope they die.
Very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad.
Nobody else does that.
This is crazy, guys. This happened in is this in Colorado? Yeah, Colorado State, guys.
Wow. It
10,000
makes sense.
people pulled up to support them.
Asian.
White supremacy.
Thank you all for your support.
Look at it.
Now watch
Mass
this.
shaved head.
These are your people. A crazy and deranged woman, man, I don't know what that is, tearing up the U.S. flag and wiping her ass with it in public. And now, if you were in any other country damn near in this world, if you deface their country and disrespect their country like that, they'll come and kill you. In front of everybody, they'll send the crane up to your door and hang you. In front of everybody. They'll bury you alive. They'll decapitate you. Only in America can you carry on like this. Probably in Europe too, you probably could get away with it. This is crazy. And you're going to hear it again. But this is why I would not align with these people. Never. Ever. As long as I'm Black. Never, ever. Just never for me.
And it's just dirty.
These people are
How uncouth.
Deport.
He said deport.
Like, what's
Cane.
going on, bro?
She had a cane.
People are
she had
like-
a walking cane.
People are psycho, man.
No,
Very
people are
much psycho.
bro. This is sad, man. But again, I saw that comment on our video. They did not kill Charlie Kirk. They made him immortal.
Yeah.
People will forever remember Charlie Kirk now. Think about his legacy now. I'm telling you.
But I also want to speak to our African American brothers and sisters as well.
Now
And the
this
reason
guy is going to talk on and on and on about, the usual. Let's just skip over this. Let's see if there's anything of any value in here.
That was wrong, but we should let him rest.
This tweet right here is crazy. They're talking about Nick Fuentes said a lot of, okay, so Nick does go a little hard. But they said, oh yeah, if he died tomorrow, they expect me to mourn in sorrow. Y'all expected white people to mourn in sorrow about George Floyd. Isn't that like, we're talking about someone that physically did crimes and you want
But
people to
I don't
mourn
want
in
to. Two
sorrow?
wrongs does not make it right. Two wrongs does not make it right.
I
It's
guess,
not right.
man.
We need to.
I think
drop
it's a
that.
big difference, man.
We need to drop that because then we stoop into their level.
I don't know, man, but everybody agrees that it's a big difference.
I
You
know
can agree
that.
and
You can agree
disagree.
there's a big difference, but there's still to speak on the dead is to stoop to their level, but we cannot do that.
It's just
You know?
stupid to even compare it to me, though. So that's why it very much upsets me, man. It does. But they're continuing to. Byron Donalds just had to cook this lady because she brought up the word fascist again. Like, they're not learning, guys. They're not learning. This literally just
What is
happened
the
yesterday.
definition of fascist?
Let's Google it. I've Googled it before, but let's
Hitler.
Google it for this.
Hitler. That is fascist. White
A lot of people don't even know what fascist means. They ask a lot of them liberals, what does it mean? And I literally say that they don't know. This is just a word that they've been throwing out since Trump, first term, The mass mind is a bitch, yo. Come out of it. Think for yourself. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror most of the time when I see stuff like this. It's unbelievable to me.
supremacy. You think that your race is above all races and you want just your race to thrive.
All right,
That's
fascism is a far-right, authoritarian, and ultra-nationalist political ideology defined by.
I say they assigned it to far right. It could be any government. They say, but they assign it to us because that's what Google is going to say. Because that is a leftist search engine.
Dictatorial leader, the forced suppression of opposition, and the prioritizing the state over the individual.
I feel like that's what
It
Democrats
emerged
did
in
with
early
COVID
20th
and everything
century
moving
Europe
forward.
with Mussolini in Italy, Adolf Hitler in Germany. So they're saying you're like, yeah, that's what the new post told us. You're like Mussolini or Hitler or
which they was willing to
which
kill
is insane.
people.
Because they let you, in
to
those
get
countries, do you think they would have let you burn their flag?
And Democrats, they always throughout the whole time Trump was running, even his first time, that we need to get rid of him. We need to take him out. We need to take him out and all this and that. I mean, look at these people. I mean, they're dragging the body of Donald Trump through the street. What about that Kathy Gifford or whatever? She held up that dissevered head of Trump. These people are crazy. To me, they are the fascists. They are the tyrannical government. Conservatives want less government. They want to live by the Constitution and be private citizens and not have the government all entangled in your life. Who wouldn't want that? I could not with these people. Now, y'all know good and well, if somebody dragged a black person's body to the street like that, it would be viral, it would be talked about from here to Madagascar. I mean, they would talk about it every day and it would be everywhere you look. That's crazy to do something like that.
No. Do you think they would have let that happen? Do you think they would have let you do?
But they also are.
These people are scary to me.
To like stop that though.
That should be a law.
It should be, but I'm just saying we're talking about people that actually harm people.
That's insane.
That's why I said that. And Trump has stopped murders from happening in DC.
So they protested against that.
So exactly. So
we don't want to stop
dealing with. We gotta be real. What we dealing with?
Yeah, they mad
more than brainwash. We dealing with some crazy shit.
Yeah,
they protesting RFK, trying to remove the chemicals from the food and water and stuff like that. These people are crazy, but they kind of been getting quiet on RFK because RFK has been cooking. You know, they mad because they want to take more shots. Nobody's stopping you from taking shots. You can take 100 shots a year. You can inject your baby with all 90 whatever shots they need. But it's just for the rest of us that don't want to do it, we don't have to, and we're not going to be forced to or discriminated against because we don't want. These people are crazy.
Yeah. Rosie, come here, Sam. Come on, y'all.
Let's be real here.
So weird.
It's some weird people out here, guys. Yeah, they're all brainwashed, but it's like, man, it's like I don't know, man.
So everybody that's a conservative or on the right, that's how they feel, no matter what. So if you're on the right,
they think you should be murdered.
Too far.
That's what they say.
I guess, man. It's just we're talking about and at this point we're talking about violence versus non-violence.
Yeah, that's
pretty. So if you can't see that it's a movement that's non-violent.
Yeah. If you're I just don't see how you can say that violence is not where you draw the line.
You
gotta draw the line at violence.
It should
They're
be
being more
but
violent.
they don't draw the line at violence.
They're being more violent.
I mean, if we look at the community,
yeah, it's looking more violent.
That's why I just can't believe it, man. And then they're gonna say, why isn't the National Guard going to Utah? And you know what? I'm done with this shit. I swear to God, I'm done with this shit. It's more than brainwash. This shit is on transgender level. Can't convince a transgender. I can't convince these leftists, and I can't convince a black man that believes the shit that he believes.
I've been knew that though. I already knew that.
That shit all about.
Well, yeah, if you believe you're oppressed in today's society,
mental
you got a mental illness. Yeah,
we're out of here, y'all.
Well, that's my friends at the Cartier family. I love them. I love them. And I like that they can disagree on things and they can check each other for opinions and stuff like that. And I like them that they're young men. And I just wish that more people could have these discussions without getting crazy. It's exhausting. And, this is, like Charlie Kirk's organization was called Turning Point. And I feel like, you know, his existence is going to be the turning point, because this really showed the good and evil in people, the righteousness and unrighteousness in people. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And like that young man said, it summed up to what he said. The line should be drawn at violence. I don't care how much you argue and how mad you get at somebody, or how much you don't agree and how much you hate them. That it should end right there. When it starts to be violent, that's it. It should end right there. It should be no reason why you would want to kill or harm somebody because they don't agree with your lifestyle, or because they don't agree with your, you know, with your political positions and stuff like that, or your religious positions. I mean, people really need to think about how divided Americans are. And like I said, you know, I mean, are we going to go to civil war over this? Because it's just getting more heated and more heated and more heated. I just have to remind everybody that conservatives are the ones that are armed. And the gangs. And honestly, I don't think that most gang members subscribe to liberalism. Because I heard talk that if there is a civil war, the gangs will probably join with the conservatives. So, you know, it's not going to end well. The best thing would be is to just accept people for who they are, mind your business, and you know the country's big enough for you to go be in your own little world, whatever you subscribe to, and other and people that don't subscribe to what you agree with, they can go live in their part of the world, and they're part of America and be at peace, like we've been doing. It's like, you know, today people want to force their ideology on you. They want you to accept their way of thinking and their way of living, or they consider you an enemy. I don't consider anybody an enemy that don't agree with me. I mean, you can even be my friend and don't agree with me. You ain't posing me no threat. I don't give a damn what you do. You don't live with me. You don't pay my bills. I don't give a damn what you do. I damn sure don't give a damn who you sleep with and how you dress and how you identify. Now, I don't care. Long as you ain't making me do it. I don't care. Long as you're not trying to indoctrinate kids, I don't care. I really don't even care about that, because that's on those kids' parents for not teaching them the bullshit. That's not my kid. I made sure my son understood what was going on and that he had discernment. And a lot of kids today don't even know what discernment is because their parents are heathens. So, you know, but I say all the time, this world is evil. Because if you subscribe to Christianity, then you know that the devil was cast into the earth. And if we're here too, what does that make us? So it's evil here. You have a chance to redeem yourself and become righteous and elevate your soul, elevate your frequency back to a higher level and come off the low vibration that you're on. In this realm, you could stay on the low vibration and do all the demonic shit, or you could elevate your frequency out of it. I choose to elevate my frequency out of it. I don't care what y'all doing. Leave me alone. If you come into my world with some bullshit, I got something for you. That's all I'm saying. Leave me alone. I don't wish no harm on anybody, but that's why you need a Second Amendment, to protect yourself from people like this that feel that you don't deserve to live because you don't agree with what they think. And that's why it is in the Constitution, to protect yourself from people like that, from tyrannical governments that are trying to overthrow the country so that you can defend the country. You know, nobody should ever give up their arms. Look at how these people are carrying on. I'll be glad to have something happy to talk about. But when I go through all of the videos that I have to discuss, it's all bad. It's all bad. You know, what did I have lined up? I had, you know, women that want divorces, and men that want to live with other men that claim they're straight because they don't want to live with women, and men are marrying each other just so they can save money and still date women, so they say. The other video I wanted to talk about was men, how they destroy women's lives. More stuff on division and stuff like that amongst Americans, amongst Black people, the problems of the Black community and why we can't solve them because we can't take accountability. I mean, it goes on and on, the videos I have to show y'all, but I try to pick the most important thing to discuss. And it definitely is this division, and it definitely is, the attacks on conservatives. I mean, that's why Malcolm X taught everybody they should know how to fight. And even Martin Luther King said you probably should get armed. That's why they killed him, because he started waking up too and started warning people of like, these people ain't going to never do right by you. Who was he talking about? Liberals, Democrats, the same people that's been tormenting us since slavery days. So I'm going to go now. I got to get up tomorrow very early. I love you. This means I love you in sign language. Some idiot, Charlie Kirkswhite, put this sign up at the memorial, whatever. And then some idiot is like, oh, look, she put the devil sign up. No, dummy. This means I love you in sign language. And I do. If you sat through this with me, if you support me in any kind of way, if you are not going to kill me for my political views, I love you. I really do. And I appreciate you. So let me get out of here. I am Shelly B. I appreciate you being with me. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend, share it with whoever. Go to the links in the description of my videos, because I always put other conservative voices that you could listen to. And I just really, really would like it if you guys would just hear another narrative outside of the mainstream leftist media narrative, because it's not doing us any good as a community to be aligned with these people at all. And historically speaking, these people have been a detriment to us since slavery days, and nothing has changed. People like to try to say, oh, they flipped now the Republican. No. It's the same people that have always been trying to destroy us, still destroying us. All right, y'all, I'm going to go. I love y'all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good evening. Thank you for watching.